Welcome, everyone. Today is July 15th, and I call to order our regular meeting of the Minneapolis Planning Commission. My name is Chris Meyer, and I'm chair of the Minneapolis Planning Commission. At this time, I will ask the clerk to call the roll.
Commissioner Baxley is absent. Campbell.
Here.
Chowdhury is absent. Conley is absent. Emmerich is absent. Jones.
Here.
Meyer.
Here.
Olson.
Here.
Thompson.
Here.
Wagner.
Here.
We have 6 members present.
Let the record show a quorum is present. Next, we'll proceed to the minutes. We have the minutes from June 24th, 2024. May I have a motion to accept those minutes?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The minutes are adopted. We'll now proceed to organize the agenda. We're going to separate items into consent, discussion, and continuance. So consent items are items that will be passed without discussion by the board. So if you're here to just speak in favor of an item, you'll have a chance to speak on those later on for consent. But if you want to speak against the staff recommendation, then we'll put those items on discussion. So the staff is recommending that items 4, 5, 6, and 7 be put on consent, and that item 8 would be continued 2 cycles to August 12th. And the reason for that is because of a family emergency by the applicant. So just based on the number of comments we got, I imagine a lot of people here might be here for number 8. That is the emergency shelter on Lake Street. If you were here for that item, we will be continuing that item to August 12th. You will still have the chance to speak to it today if you wanted to. So with that, we'll go through the other items and see if anyone was here who wants to speak against the staff recommendation, and if that's the case, we'll pull the items for discussion. So the first is item number 4, 3229 4th Street North. Is there anyone here to speak against the staff recommendation on item number 4? All right, we'll have number 4 on consent. Item number 5, commemorative street name for Bernadette Anderson Way. Is anyone here to speak against the staff recommendation for item number 5? Not seeing anyone. Number 6, 2027 East Franklin Avenue. Is anyone here to speak against the staff recommendation on this one? You're against the staff recommendation? Okay. We will discuss item number 6. Item number 7 is 3012 Excelsior Boulevard. Is anyone here to speak against the staff recommendation for item number 7? All right, not seeing any, so that will be on consent. So just to review how our agenda will be split up. Items 4, 5, and 7 will be on consent. Item number 8 will be continued to August 12th. And item 6 will be discussed. All right, is there a motion to approve that agenda as I stated?
Second.
All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Okay. All right, first we'll go to our consent agenda. So I'll open the public hearing for that. So if you're here to speak in favor of items 4, 5, or 7, now is your chance to do so. Is there anyone here who wanted to speak on any of those? Great, come up to the podium, tell us your name and neighborhood, and you have 2 minutes.
My name is Andre Simone Anderson. I just wanted to thank you. My mother is Bernadette Anderson. I'm not sure, you probably saw the presentation, and I just wanted to come and thank you personally, and just sort of speak a little bit. I guess you have all the information, so you know a lot about her. She's a beautiful woman. One of the things I realized coming in here is that me speaking, because it's about her and what she's done in the community, and all the different people that she touched, and I just think the recognition is just a show of respect, not just for her, but for people who try to do good things for a lot of other people, bigger than themselves. But I also realized that I stood in front of this building and got my Social Security card. I didn't realize that until I came in here. So I just wanted to thank you, and I'm not going to take up a whole lot of your time. I just want to thank you so much. All right.
Great, thank you. Would anyone else like to speak to any of the consent items? Go ahead.
Yes, my name is Patricia Anderson, and I'm a daughter of Bernadette, and just wanted to say that I'm very, very excited and pleased that this has finally happened. I believe it's overdue. My mother embodied what the village mentality was about, and as a result, a lot of people still have careers and are flourishing and loving the Minneapolis community. So thank you, and I can't wait to see Bernadette Anderson Way.
Great, thank you. Anyone else? All right, any comments from commissioners? All right. Seeing none, all those in favor of adopting our consent items, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstentions? The consent agenda is adopted. All right. Now we will open it up for our continuance item. So for that, the presentation will be on August 12th when the applicant is here, and you'll have the opportunity to speak then if you want to. But if you came here today and wanted to speak to it today, you can. So I will, actually, I don't, we ever closed the this item from last time, so it's still open, sorry. So anyone here to speak to item number 8? I see the hand raised, go ahead. Yep, you can come up and introduce yourself, and you each have 2 minutes to speak.
Awesome. Good afternoon. So my name is Lawrence Thomas. I'm actually a local business owner in the Uptown neighborhood, and I just wanted to come down and speak to my council people here, so thank you for giving us the opportunity. Disappointed that my specific councilwoman isn't here today, but that's okay because I feel like this message is important to me, so I just want to get it out all the same. So it's my dearest belief, and I think a lot of my fellow neighbors feel the same way, that everyone deserves certain opportunities, including the pursuit of happiness, whether that's our unhoused neighbors or our business owners and nightlifers in Uptown. And so in that pursuit of happiness here is what I want to speak to with my strong opposition to the shelter being placed on 918 West Lake Street. And I thought about this a lot, deliberated with my other fellow business owners. I'm actually right across the street from that proposed location. And I sincerely hope that the city finds a good spot to put this shelter, and also that they hear me out in my thoughts why this wouldn't be a good spot. So our Uptown neighborhood needs to recover, and everyone, either if you're my age, have been told how it used to be, or if you're a little bit older, you remember how it used to be. And I want to see it get back to that spot. Having a spot like this on 918 West Lake Street, as you guys are familiar, from Lake Street, it's particularly Lyndale to Hennepin, is a major business corridor. You have a lot of people there walking at all types of night, or all times of night, excuse me. And safety, whether it's perceived or actual, is a big part of the success of the economic vibrance of that strip of Lake Street. That would be one reason why I'm against this. The other reason being is because, as I already alluded to, economic prosperity, I mean, that's something that everyone wants for their business or for their family. That's why we open our doors. And I feel like that economic prosperity, that economic viability of Lake Street would not be served well having the shelter here. So I hope that you guys would consider putting it a little bit maybe somewhere where it would have such a negative impact on our Lake Street businesses.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And if you want to come back on the 12th, you can speak again there if you'd like.
Appreciate it.
I do just want to note that this is the Minneapolis Planning Commission. We're not on the council, so your council person wouldn't be here.
Apologize.
So withhold your judgment on her.
Yeah, thank you for letting me know that.
All right. Next up, go ahead and introduce yourself, and you have 2 minutes.
Hi, my name is Stephanie Swanson. I am also a Lake Street business owner. My office is in the Rainbow Building on Lake and Hennepin, and I also oppose this particular project. I don't feel like it is the correct space or in the right environment. We're really struggling right now as business owners to really decide if we're going to stay in Uptown or if we're going to leave Uptown. And I'm committed to Uptown. I grew up in this area. It means a lot to me, just like Lauren said. I do remember the day. But my staff right now do not feel very safe, especially in the wintertime when it gets dark out early, tripping over needles as it is right now. And we are managing through that. But to think that it would get more congested with people who are unhoused in that area is going to make that perceived safety more difficult for everyone. And I say perceived because I really don't believe that these people have anything that they're necessarily going to do to harm us, but it is perceived by my customers, by my staff, and even by myself that it doesn't feel comfortable leaving after 6 p.m. So I oppose this project because I really wish there was a better spot for it. Thanks.
Thank you for your testimony. Would anyone else like to speak to item number 8? Go ahead. Introduce yourself, and you have 2 minutes.
Hi, my name is Matisse Johnson. I am the owner of #Face on the corner of Lake and Colfax, 925 West Lake Street. I am directly across the street from the location that we're speaking of. I am opposed to it. I grew up in Minneapolis my entire life. I am a small Black woman-owned business. I own a spa where we do facials, lash extensions, waxing. My services range from $60 to $350 per service. My clientele is, all over the board. We have all different kinds of people who attend my business, but most importantly, I have seen a huge decrease in service quantity, money. I've just seen a change, and not only Uptown, but in my business, and I'm scared. And the thought of my clients sitting in these beautiful $500 swinging chairs that they're too scared to sit in sometimes, where we constantly have to keep our door locked because there's always people off the street trying to come in to our door. I just don't want them to have to sit and view what may or may not be coming out of this building that you guys are trying to put, or this facility that's trying to be put into place. Sorry, I'm out of breath because I just walked around the block 10 times. But also, I just want to say, as someone who grew up in Minneapolis, my mom was, the punk rock girl who grew up in Uptown. Every time she comes to Uptown, she tells me, I used to live here, I used to live there, and I dreamed of being in Uptown my entire life. I started my business in 2018 on 28th and Hennepin in a small salon suite, Salon Lofts. And since then, I've moved over to where we are now, and it's been different. It's changed a lot. And as an Uptown resident who used to live 2 blocks away from my business, I was too scared to walk to where I work. Sorry. Thank you.
Yep, thank you. And if you had more comments you want to add, you'll have the chance to on August 12th. Was anyone else here for item number 8? Anyone else?
Yep.
Oh, go ahead. Introduce yourself, and you have 2 minutes.
I'll be quick. My name is Joe Hughes. I'm the owner of 917 West Lake Street. Bought the building 5 or 6 years ago, renovated it, around the COVID time. We had the riots just had happened right when we were trying to lease out the businesses. It's been a huge uphill battle. And it's so the use, it doesn't seem like this use has been approved in Minneapolis ever or in a very long time. It seems like it's like an unfamiliar use that we're not sure how that's going to go there. There's not any similar medical uses in the area, so it seemed like it's just kind of on an island. Maybe it should be closer to a hospital or closer to some of the, because it's people coming out of the hospital. Is that correct? People that just recently had a medical procedure. Yeah. And it's a retail corridor, a lot of pedestrian traffic. That the people that it's proposing to serve, we've had a lot of challenges with those with that demographic the last 4 years, and so to put them, right with these businesses that have been so impacted the last 4 or 5 years, it doesn't seem like the right thing to do. Of course, we support, supporting people that are homeless, but it seems like it should be not right in a retail corridor that's been through what we've been through. And people do not want to invest in our neighborhood anymore. And so the city's got to step up and start making some better decisions, because Uptown is not headed in the right direction. And if you folks don't start making some good decisions, it's going to get a lot worse. So I appreciate you listening to me. Thank you.
Thank you for your comment. Is there anyone else here to speak to item number 8? Go ahead and introduce yourself, and you have 2 minutes.
I'm Abiyu Rose. I'm the property manager for 917 Lake. I only recently found out about what was going on across from 917 Lake. And just going into Uptown, driving on Lake Street, obviously like a couple years ago it was getting bad, but now it seems like you're just driving not even into Uptown. I used to actually do valet a while back in Uptown, and with all the businesses open, and it was just like a safe place to go. You could see people walking around, and now it just seems like it's kind of going downhill. I rent the apartments above the retail that's right there, and it's already difficult renting apartments because just the feedback that I get from the prospects that I talk to of, hey, I don't want to, Lake Street's already bad enough, I don't want to live here. And I do support, obviously, trying to find care for people in need. I've worked in affordable housing, so I totally understand what that kind of care, but it's just the area and where it's going is just not the right place. And it's going to be concerning for, obviously, also the tenants that live there, because it's they want a safe place. They're thinking that they're going to go live there to live on a where businesses are, where they can walk. And I feel like where that's going is just not the right fit. So, thank you.
Thank you for your testimony. Anyone else for item number 8? All right, I'm not seeing anyone else. Is there a motion to continue item number 8 to August 12th?
Second.
All in favor of continuing, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That is continued. All right. We'll now move on to our discussion item. Item number 6, 2027 East Franklin Avenue. Staff is Hillary Dvorak.
Oops. Okay. Good afternoon, Commissioners. This is an application by the Indian Health Board of Minneapolis for a medical and dental clinic at 2027 East Franklin Avenue. The site is Zone CM3, Community Mixed Use, and located in the Transit 20 Built Form Overlay District. Oops. The site is located on the southwest corner of East Franklin Avenue and 21st Avenue South, and the site is currently vacant. The Indian Health Board of Minneapolis, owns several properties in the area as listed in the staff report. There's a surface parking lot here, there is an office building here, and then there is a counseling center here. And so collectively, these properties make up their campus. I never know. Okay, thanks. That was simple. So the applicants are proposing to construct a new 3-story medical and dental clinic on the site. The building is oriented towards East Franklin and will have a principal entrance along that street. The exterior building materials include precast concrete panel, metal panel, perforated metal panel, and glass. And then portions of the elevations will be illuminated with embedded LED lights, as you probably saw going through the packet of materials. There is a minor travel demand management plan that's required for this development and needs 6 points. They are not providing any parking on site, and that amenity is worth 6 points, so they do achieve the necessary points for that. There are three applications before you. One is a variance to reduce the minimum height from 6 stories to 3. One is a variance to reduce the loading requirement from 1 small to 0, and then site plan review. We are recommending approval of all applications before you this afternoon. In terms of the height variance, I'm going to just skip to the elevations, and here are some of the pictures. The site is uniquely situated along East Franklin, which has been designated as a cultural district. And the Franklin Avenue Cultural District stretches from Chicago on the west to 21st Avenue on the east, and is designated for its significance as an American Indian cultural corridor. And the subject site is located at the easternmost extent of that corridor. I'm just going to go back to this picture. It's at the easternmost extent of the Franklin Avenue Cultural District. Being located in this cultural district makes the property contextually unique, as there is only one Franklin Avenue Cultural District in the city, and the proposed project will provide culturally sensitive health care to the greatest concentration of Indigenous people in Minneapolis. The entire district was given a Transit 20 built form designation, requiring that all buildings be within this height range. Challenges do exist in meeting the minimum height requirement while also prioritizing the implementation of new investment tools, policies, and practices that center arts and culture as a community revitalization strategy to stop and prevent the displacement of low-income residents in communities of color in Minneapolis. Minimum height and minimum bulk regulations work in tandem with one another, and the proposed building does meet the minimum floor area ratio requirement for the site, ultimately achieving the desired density in the zoning code. The applicant has indicated that the footprint of the building, if the footprint were to be reduced and the building were to be made taller, that the building would be inefficient for the use of the site as a clinic. Again, it's at the easternmost edge of the built form, the Transit 20 built form district, and properties to the east have maximum height limitations between 3 and 6 stories, and buildings in the area, range from 1 to 12 stories. And we believe that a 3-story building will blend in well with the character of the surrounding neighborhood. This is the site plan. Franklin Avenue is up on your screen. 21st is then to the right. They do not have a place for loading on the site. They need one small space, and they are providing none. They have, however, requested a loading space, and I have confirmed with Public Works there is parking along Franklin Avenue. It is timed parking, but the applicants will, through the PDR process, will request a loading zone on Franklin Avenue. There is a fee for that, an annual fee, and they are willing to pay that to have the loading on the street. As you can see, the site is surrounded by 2 streets. There is housing or residential property to the south, and then an alley to the west. The property to the south was designed in a townhouse style and a cluster development, so there are townhomes up close to 21st, but then there's also residential buildings or residential structure, towards the alley. So if they were to have the loading on the south, it would be next to the residential, and then on the we wouldn't want it between the building and the 2 street-facing sides. So we are recommending approval of that application. There are 2 areas that are needed for alternative compliance and site plan review. One is for the entrance. Technically, for the front yard, we go back to original plating. The original plating faces 21st, and so that is where we would That is technically where the zoning code requires the front entrance. However, given Franklin Avenue and the cultural district, they have opted to put the entrance here. And I can show you some photos. These are better images. So this is that southwest corner. So the alley is running along this edge, if you will, of the site. And so this is the Franklin Avenue side. For those reasons, we are recommending alternative compliance to put the the entrance on Franklin. And the last item that they need alternative compliance for in site plan review is for landscaping. They needed 2 canopy trees. They don't have any canopy trees on the site. They are planting ornamental trees. However, they are planting 3 canopy trees in this location, but it is between the property line and the public sidewalk. However, one would imagine, as most do, that the property line runs right to the sidewalk, so it will appear as if these trees are on their site, but they are in the right-of-way. Not in the boulevard next to the street, but the boulevard closest to the property. So those are the 2 items that require alternative compliance. All other standards for site plan are being met. That concludes my presentation. I'll stand for any questions.
Thank you. Are there any questions before we proceed to the public hearing? Not seeing any, so I will open the public hearing. Is the applicant here to speak? Yep. Okay. Not seeing the applicant, then. Okay. Did you want to speak?
I want to discuss.
No, I'm talking. Did the applicant want to say anything first? We usually give the applicant the chance to.
We'll yield our time for later.
Sure. Great. You can go ahead, introduce yourself, and you have 2 minutes.
Hi, my name is Liz Woods, and I'm here representing the 21st Avenue Loft Association that's adjacent to this property that they want to build. And we're here to dispute the parking variance. This is a big building that has 30 to 50 people working in it, and the number of clients that come in per day. There is not significant parking available on 21st Avenue or Franklin Avenue. Franklin Avenue has buses and a bike lane. 21st Avenue has 3 big apartment buildings, a 10-story building, and our 7 units. We've been, our property was established in 2003, so we're longstanding members of the community. And we support the building, but we have that variance that we'd like to dispute. And also, I think that's it. That's our biggest dispute.
All right. Thank you. Would anyone else like to speak to item number 7? All right. Not seeing anyone else, so I will close the public hearing for item number 7. Commissioners, any discussion?
I am curious about
Turn your microphone on, please.
I am curious about the parking and the rationale behind not having any parking.
The zoning code does not require any parking for any use anywhere in the city. So they actually are meeting their parking requirement because the minimum is 0. So they are not seeking a variance of parking. They're seeking a variance for the loading space.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Commissioner Wagner.
Staff already walked away, Hillary already walked away, but I was hoping you could, I was reading through this earlier this afternoon, and just for knowledge here, but also for future projects, could you just explain in a little bit more detail what about this site makes that loading difficult? It was a little bit hard for me to follow.
Sure. In this situation, the front yard is 21st and Franklin is the corner side, and we would not want to see the loading spaces between the building and the street. And then to the south, there is residential development. And so putting the loading on the south side would put it next to that residential development. They do own the the parking lot across the public alley, but they can't load from there because you cannot cross public rights of way with goods when delivering. So because of the design of the building, all deliveries the building has been designed so all deliveries come through the front door and check with the reception staff that is there. And so, given the residential character to the south, and then that we have 2 public streets and a public alley that serves residential functions, they've requested to put the loading up in here on the street.
That's helpful, thank you.
Yes, you're welcome.
Right. Any other discussion, and would anyone like to make a motion? Commissioner Olson.
Thank you. I was just going to say thank you for the revisions that happened, and I'm glad to see this back. I think this is going to be a great addition to the community. So I'm going to make a motion to adopt items A, B, and C as recommended by staff.
Is there a second? Okay. More discussion? Commissioner Thompson, did you have anything? Okay. All right, I'll just add a few comments of my own. First, as Hillary said, we don't have any parking requirement in Minneapolis anymore as of 2021. So there was no variance required for the parking. The variance was for the loading, and that was it. And we actively try to incentivize builders to build less parking because we want to be fulfilling our climate goals, reducing the amount of vehicle miles traveled for the city, and so we actively encourage less parking. So that is consistent with what we encourage them to do. The big thing that they were asking for, that we had quite a bit of discussion about at the committee of the whole, was their request to reduce their height from 6 stories to 3 stories. And I was skeptical of that at the committee, but I'm persuaded by the staff's argument around the cultural district creating a practical difficulty because of the constraints there. They want to be within the district, and there are a limited number of spaces. So I did ultimately find that persuasive. So I'm happy to support this motion. With that, is there any final discussion before we proceed to a vote? All right. All those in favor of Commissioner Olson's motion, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions?
Abstain.
Okay. All right, with 1 abstention, that is adopted. All right, and that concludes our business for the day. Our next planning committee meeting is, where is it? The 29th, is that right? And we have committee of the whole this Thursday. Are there any updates from staff or commissioners?
Yeah, I feel like I'm off. The microphone's way over here. We had, I think I mentioned at our last meeting, but we had 2 applications from our June meeting that had been appealed to the city council. The biz committee meeting was last week, and so that was the Minnehaha Academy application, specifically the conditional use permit to increase the height of the lights. The appeal, so they appealed the commission's decision to approve the CUP. The appeal was denied, but 2 conditions were added to the conditional use permit. One that restricts use of, Hillary, help me out. It was related to restricting the use of the lights to school activities only, which was something that was discussed here but did not make it as a condition of approval. And then the second one was around hours of operation, limiting the hours of the lights to 9:30 p.m.
Yep.
Yes, okay. That goes to the full city council on Thursday of this week. The Chase Bank project was also appealed. The commission had denied all applications related to that. The meeting ran so long that we couldn't get to that before HPC had to start. So the Chase Bank appeal got continued 1 cycle, and I'll report back on that one after that happens.
Thank you. All right, anyone else? All right, seeing none, we are adjourned.